Hello, good evening, welcome to this Thursday stream. Thursday, Tuesday. Honestly, I don't know. We're gonna play Let It again till 9 p.m. My time, Dutch time. I wanna wait a couple minutes, get everything set up, and get myself mentally prepared as well. In the meanwhile, I can load up the game and, and let it be at that. So yeah, BRB. Alright, I have returned. A couple more seconds to get my microphone checked, see if it works. Yeah, it works. Okay, cool. We're gonna play the later. Hopefully something interesting will happen. In an hour or so we could take a quick break, get a glasses filled, a glass of water nearby, because well, I was getting a sore throat yesterday, so yeah. Cool. Let's continue. So this is apparently me talking. He's messing with me.
Ashton, I am not in the mood. What are you doing here?
He changes a glimpse at some point behind me. The parlor? Curious, I follow his gaze, but before I can figure out what just caught his attention, he places a hand on my shoulder and turns me back to face him.
I just finished working on something, so I dropped by.
Oh. I still don't see how his work has anything to do with why he's here. At my confused look, he drops the hand resting on my arm, like he has touched something particularly hot, and casually rubs the back of his neck.
And I said I'll see if I can pick you up. Turns out I can. Free time and all. So here I am. Figured you'd still be busy, and so I roamed around for a while.
I still don't see why the live stream screen is so weird. For fuck's sake. Am I... I hate to do changes while streaming. Okay. Well, it's nothing I can do about it now. But next stream I hope to get the black bars around the screen fixed.
Oh, you should have mentioned that sooner. I was about to throw you out.
Throw me? Hey, I was given a pamphlet. I think that makes me a legitimate client.
We have mandatory sign-in sheets for clients, Ash. I didn't see your name on it. And you can't just roam around because it says open house. Normal people actually follow an etiquette here.
Right, okay. I think I'll just go ahead and...
No, wait. I wasn't really going to throw you out. Rose said... Never mind. I was just about to leave anyway.
Wait, what? Now?
Something must have shown in my face, because he pauses and gives me a long, hard stare. Sometimes I forgot how easy reading people is for Ash, given how he often looks as if everything around him is a chore. I avoid his eyes, hoping he'll drop the subject and won't ask any more questions. The last thing I want is to tell him what happened, especially the part about the letter. In fact, he's the last person on Earth I'll ever think about telling it to, if I can help it. Sure, he's a dependable guy. God knows how many times he has helped me, even without asking for it. But stuff like ghost and supernatural, he'll never believe those, even if he hears it from a friend, except maybe if it's Rebecca. On a good day, the most harmless thing he'll do is give you an explanation why those things have no chance of ever being real. And worst, he's insufferable. He'll poke fun at you every single chance he'll get. Asshole. What did I ever do to him? He never does that to Becca or Zach. I can already imagine how things will go down the moment I spill a word of what I saw. Nope, over my dead body. Before it catches his attention, I'll shove the letter deep into my bag.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Let's just go.
Doesn't look like a nothing to me.
We still have Zach's movie tonight, remember?
It's still early. And didn't you say your shift will end around 5 or 6? What about... Hey, Isabella, wait up!
She just left? She just leaves the mansion? She's on a fucking... A rush of air greets me as soon as the main door opens. Not the usual autumn draft, but it's still a welcoming change from the stifling atmosphere inside the mansion. Ash's footsteps are quick behind me, the soles of his shoes thumping hard against the polished concrete in an awkward cadence as he rushes to catch me up. He calls out once, no, twice. The mansion still looms in the background. Whispers calling me back, shadows beckoning. Nah. Sounds like she has asthma or something. I don't look back. We spent the ride back to Luxembourg City in a relative quiet manner, with only the radio's disjointed hum in the background to fill the silence. Ah. I'm sorry about it. I couldn't lower the volume because occasionally Ash will reach out to fiddle with it until the signal settles or it's on a respectable volume, but otherwise he doesn't say anything. Well, I wouldn't do that too. Is that elevator music I'm hearing? That is. Neither do I. However, if the few further glances he's been sending my way are sick. However, the furtive glances he has been sending my way are signs, I know there are things he's been itching to ask since we left the mansion. I keep my eyes trained on the passing scenery outside, in a small hope that my disinterest will dissuade him.
Here.
All of a sudden, he tosses something at me from a small compartment on his side. It hits me cleanly on the chin before I can make a move to catch it. The small package makes a soft landing on my lap instead.
Sorry.
Oh, look at him blushing! Oh! The glare I send him wipes the smirk about the form cleanly off his face. He clears his throat, focusing his eyes on the road again. I swear he did that on purpose. Ignoring him, I flip the half-forgotten package on my lap.
I won't say no to free food, but why are you giving away cereal bars?
Yeah.
I always have one on my person, and you look like you're about to pass out back there. Have you eaten lunch yet?
I don't even get a chance to deny it, because right on cue, my stomach rumbles loudly and an empty, gnawing feeling in my belly becomes noticeable. No surprise there, I did skip breakfast and lunch so I could catch Becca while she was on break. I was hoping to get a small meal after. I guess with everything going on, I just forgot until Ash mentioned it. It's not like the hollow feeling's new to me though. If anything, it's just one of the things I've gotten used to ignoring over the years growing up. Ah, thanks. Then, I tear open the package and start nibbling on the edge of the bar. Apart from an acknowledgement nod, Ash doesn't say anything after that small exchange. For that, I'm thankful. After getting an earful from both Becca and Rose, it's nice to be able to just sit down with someone who's not going to nag at you.
How'd the open house go?
Or so I thought.
The usual. We got a bigger crowd than normal because of the property's fame, but really no different from the typical open house. On second thought, it actually looks like a fancy party more than an open house. I've never felt so underdressed in my life. Weren't you there?
I wasn't really listening.
I should have asked someone to kick you out.
No, you won't.
And what makes you so sure?
One, ever since you got assigned to this property, you've been freaking out about it. Rebecca's words, not mine.
Yeah.
She's been complaining to me about how you talked your ears off, by the way. Two, despite your initial qualms about the place, you still took the job. Which brings us to three. It's been months since you last settled a deal, and you're short on money right now since you're back to your instant noodle diet.
How do you even know about the last one?
Rebecca. Anyhow, you're hellbent on selling the mansion. Even if someone you know personally is in the tour group, you aren't going to just kick them out. Every single person who went on your open house is still a prospective client to you. Even me.
He's not entirely wrong. Oh man, I walked right into that one, didn't I?
I hate you. I really hate you right now.
His answer is a small laugh, the kind that screams, "I'm right, I told you so." I hate it when he does that.
I'll have you know that there's already someone who's extremely interested in this property. So even if you expressed any sort of interest in it, I don't think they'd be willing to let you have it. Too bad.
Provided I didn't botch it with the rights. I got... Oh, now I'm on the other side. Okay. Why of all times did I have to screw up like that? In front of an important customer, no less. I owe Rose a big apology. I hope she likes free donuts.
You don't seem too happy about it.
I am happy. Doesn't this look like a happy face to you?
No.
Really? And here I was thinking you found another one stuffed in the sofa. Or is it the wardrobe this time?
He meant that as a joke, but how close it is to the truth made my blood run cold and my own heartbeat a heavy weight in my chest. All at once, the letter in my bag feels a whole lot heavier, burned by my own guilt and apprehension.
Yeah, well, things happened. Stuff the right couple might not be pleased about. No need to make a fuss about it. It's normal in the business.
You made them angry?
Not angry, just stuff happened.
They thought the letter was some kind of art. Why?
Like?
Things.
Did they do anything? Your clients, the rights, was it?
I can't answer that. Fuck it.
You keep asking me about my work, yet you haven't said a single word about yours. That's not fair. Both you and Zach have literally disappeared off the face of the earth.
An over-exaggeration, but changing the subject to something else is still better than outright lying to him. Besides, it never works with him. I'm not sure if it's because I'm just bad at it or because he's just really very good at his job. He doesn't answer immediately, only momentarily shifting a glance over me and returning it back to the road when he has to make a sharp turn. Outside, the sun has already started to descend. Has already started its descent, casting a vibrant orange glow on the tall buildings. I wonder how long before we reach the venue for Zach's film. Checking the street signs outside, it appears that Ash has taken the longer route. Odd, but he's probably trying to avoid the rush hour traffic.
Didn't we just talk a week ago over chat?
That's different. Linking your awful memes in the group chat box every morning isn't exactly a conversation.
Excuse me, I don't hear you calling them awful while you're laughing at all of them.
Shut up! And you aren't answering my question.
That earned him a soft punch in his arm. I did laugh at them, but I'm not going to give him the satisfaction of knowing that I found most of them funny. It'll only make his head bigger. Stupid Ash.
Alright, lay off on the abuse. Remember that case I mentioned before? We've been trying to pin the bastard down, but it required more work than we anticipated. The guy's slippery like that. We got some good lead months ago.
He recounts what he's been doing in the time we haven't seen each other. His usual work, the occasional small investigation, and the big case he's been stuck working on, stuff he couldn't mention in the brief time we catch each other online. Although, most of it are stripped down versions. Only things he can tell. He has always been careful about that. Even in the way he spins his answers to my questions, just enough to satisfy my curiosity, but not enough to paint the whole picture. At one point, his voice takes on a strained tone and he mentions something about the big case, but I don't dwell on it too much. That's normal, right? I mean, who wouldn't be frustrated if you couldn't bring someone to justice because they kept slipping out of your fingers? If I were in issues, I'd definitely lose my mind. His stories never cease to be entertaining to me, regardless. If things weren't the way they were back home, maybe I would have considered taking on the same job as him. Well, no, not really. Mama would never allow that. But the idea is still here. Along with countless others I've let go. Time passes quickly between us in the manor. And before I know it, we're already at the movie house. A small crowd has already formed in front of the theater where we arrive. The Lift Fest, short for Luxembourg Independent Film and Theatre Festival, attracts a bigger crowd annually, and this year's no different. I've only been to a few indie films screening with Zach, so I'm not an expert on the matter. But I know that for people hoping to make a break in the industry, getting your film recognized by a local event like this is already a big deal. Especially for a newcomer like Zach. He hasn't even won an award, but just getting a confirmation letter that the festival committee wants to include this movie in this year's lineup already put a grin on his face for weeks. Speaking of the guy, he's impossible to miss. At 6 feet, he appears to loom over most of the moviegoers. And with his large build and heavy voice, there's no surprise when people give him a wide berth as they pass by. It's often easy to mistake him for someone intimidating at first glance. I did, back when I didn't know any better. Ash did too, I heard. Once, early in their friendship.
Oh, there's Zach.
Oh. A black guy. That's alright.
Hey, you guys! Long time no see!
Zach's face lights up with a smile of his own. He moves towards us with careful steps, taking a significant effort to make himself smaller so as to not bump or occasionally hit anyone. Typical Zach. As he nears, Ash casually raises his hand in greetings and...
Sup, Z-Man, my main man. What's crack-a-lackin', my homie?
Never do that to a black guy. The awkwardness that descends within the immediate vicinity of a small group is palpable enough. Somewhere to our left, a girl giggles, and only then do I become aware of my mouth hanging open. I'm almost amazed how Ash can say that out loud with a straight face. Almost. Considering his track record, I should be used to it by now. Zack seems to be.
Yo, stop trying to act black, Ashton. And you're the only one who calls me Z-Man.
There's fondness underneath his expiration tone. Expirated tone. If this were any other person, he'd likely be offended, but years of friendship and familiarity have made those words harmless to the other's ear. Or at least enough for both to take it in stride.
It's been a while, Zach.
I hope you didn't get into trouble again.
Not much to get into trouble lately without you, I'm afraid. I'll let you know if something comes up, though.
Nah, I ended up with chicken down stuck on me last time I agreed. I'd really love at least this year to pass without some sort of accident happening again.
Hey, I take offense to that. It wasn't that bad.
You really have no idea.
A beep passes. And then Zack laughs.
Hey, I'm kidding! You know you can always count on me.
It's a story only the two of them are privy to. Every now and then, Ash will enlist Zack's help on something. Becca and I never really found out what the real deal is with those adventurers. Adventures, as Ash calls it. And both aren't willing to tell due to some unspoken agreement. She insists that if it's Ash, it's likely not something illegal or life-threatening. I tend to believe her on that. Sometimes. Ah well, boys will be boys, I guess. I give Zack a small wave from behind Ash, when his attention eventually turns to me.
Bella! Huh? Rebecca's now with you. Is she still sick?
A bit. But she's up and went to work this morning. You know she doesn't listen to anyone that's not Ash.
Yes, she does.
Oh, defending right away, aren't we?
No, she doesn't. You're literally the only person she'll listen to when she's feeling stubborn.
And it's true. They've known each other far longer than any of us in the group. Childhood friends and all.
But don't worry, Zack. She's probably on her way here now. She promised she wouldn't miss your movie. Isabella! Oh, thank goodness!
Speak of the devil! Without warning, a hand grabs me by the shoulder and turns me around.
Becca, you're just in time.
I have to lean back a little with the way her face is almost invading my personal space. But she places her hand on either side of my head to keep me still. She stares at me intently, concern filling her eyes.
Becca, you're squishing my face. How are you? Are you alright?
Of course I'm alright. I mean, I nearly got raped by a ghost girl, but that aside...
Why wouldn't I be?
Yeah!
Rose called me earlier.
Oh. Those 4 words tell me all I need to know. Since I don't have my family living close by and the only other relative I have here works on... What? I have works on the far side of the country. I gave my company Becca's contact number in case of emergency. I should have known Rose would call her. I pushed Becca's hands away from my face. Although she lets go, her eyebrows remain drawn together.
Oh, no, everything's good. Rose covered for me at work today. That's not what I'm talking about. How's your head?
Okay, Ash, but asshole, let me make this clear. You make one more chuckle, and I will slit your throat open. Do you understand me? I bite back the urge to elbow him in place of trying to hold Becca's hand, as she tries to reach out for the said area. I do my best to dodge her, all at once moving to hide behind Zack. Sorry for using you as a human shield, Zack.
Oh, it's nothing. I just slipped off a few steps on my way down. I blacked out for a few seconds and had a minor bump, but it's just that.
A minor bump? You couldn't even count backwards. 12, teen? What's that?
You blacked out? It's not something to brush off.
You're not my mother, Becca. Get the fuck away from me.
Come on, at least let me check it.
No!
It's extremely minor. You wouldn't even know it's there. Isabella, this isn't a laughing matter.
And you're not my mom. Now fuck off.
She did look pale when I saw her.
Wow, thanks a lot, Ashton, you traitor. I'll get you back for this. Just you wait.
What? I'm just saying it as it is. If you mentioned this earlier, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
Oh, now you're taking her side? Asshole.
I'm sorry. Saw her?
Yeah, they arrived together. Bella looked fine to me then. I don't know.
There's a sudden change in her eyes. I mean, couldn't you just create and transition into the game? I mean, all of a sudden, her eyes like fucking Batman. Okay, fuck you.
Oh, that's good. At least she didn't have to travel alone, right? At least. Good.
Oh, she's pissed.
See? I'm okay. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. And I don't want to miss Zack's film.
We can always watch it some other time. Sorry, Zachary.
No, it's good. But you guys should really keep it down. We're starting to attract some attention.
It's the premiere. The premiere's different. Right, Zack?
I shoot him a pleading look. Zack's a sensible guy. He'll understand. Please understand.
Not really. but Rebecca has a point.
What? You traitor!
In the end, I think it's your call.
Oh, for heaven's sake!
Yes.
Please, Becca. I really don't want to miss it.
Yeah, you're not my mom. You're not making decisions for me. I'm a grown-up.
You're not missing it. Oh, we're just moving it on a different day so we can have a...
Look, you guys.
Ash loud sigh unexpectedly cuts through the conversation. He's pitching the bridge of his nose as he speaks. Something he usually does when he's getting impatient.
If she says she's okay, then there's nothing we can do about it. It's not like we can stop her either.
Yeah!
Besides, she's still acting like the same old Isabella to me, if she can still run around like that.
Why are you taking her side?
I'm not. But if she wants to watch Zach's movie with us, I'm not going to stop her. She's probably the one looking forward to it the most.
Ash, that's... You, of all people, should know...
Tell you what, if I notice something amiss with her, I'll take her to the nearest hospital myself.
Ooh.
Is that good enough for you?
I already know the answer before Becca voices it out. When, at last, she releases a deep breath and nods, albeit with great reluctance, I immediately tackle her into a hug.
Thanks, Becca.
It's always been you with him, isn't it?
Aw, don't be sad. I don't want him either.
Did you say something?
Me? Nothing. Don't mind me.
If you say so.
Okay, guys, showtime's close, so I think I'm gonna get us some snacks. My treat. And then let's head inside. Anyone here has a smaller bill?
I think I do. Hold on.
I pull myself off from Rebecca to get my wallet from my back, and
What's this?
it's already in Ash's hands before I can even react. Behind him, Becca and Zach are both giving the piece of paper an intrigued look.
No! Give it back!
It's just a paper.
Yeah, that's what I thought, until I got nearly raped.
I don't care! Give it!
Looks ancient, too. Why do you keep this around?
He grabs my personal stuff and then pretends like it isn't mine. Kick him in the balls! I try to reach for it, but he holds the paper way above his head. I've never been particularly sensitive about my own height, but right now, I really wish I have that advantage over him.
Don't open it!
What's the big deal? It's not like it's a love letter. I don't see any reason to... Hold on a second. This is, isn't it?
Even if it is, it's not for you.
Oh!
Okay, now I'm curious.
Don't open it, you stupid asshole!
I'm telling you it's nothing like that. It's...
Oh, that look. The rest of my words are lost when he unfolds the paper. And now, you are all cursed. I can't breathe. My heart feels stuck in my throat, pounding, threatening to burst out. Vaguely, I note how my hands are trembling at my side. Clasping them together doesn't do any good. They are still shaking, but I hang on to them regardless. The awful, sick weight that has taken its core in my stomach back in the opera house returns full force. How do I fix this? How do I fix this? How do I fix this? Someone, please. Today's turning out to be a horrible nightmare. Well, just pinch yourself and check.
Send this to 5 people or else. Well, that's... interesting.
Guys, I think we should listen to Bella first.
Aren't you a few days early for Halloween?
Ash waves the paper in front of me, giving me a fleeting glimpse of its content. I don't need to see. I don't want to see. The letters, the words, every stroke written in blood is already embedded in my mind. Maybe I should have just thrown it away when I had a chance. That way. Just burn.
It's not a prank.
It makes all of them stop. Even I am surprised with how steady my voice is.
What did you say?
What did you say? Do you think I'm fucking crazy?
This isn't a prank! I saw something!
Hold on. Are we still talking about this paper? Or is it about the urban legend again?
It's not a legend. I saw it. It was trying to rape. Wait, that's ow. That's physically impossible. A woman raping another woman? Never
Both.
mind.
I know it sounds ridiculous.
You're saying this is a primitive version of a chain letter, and now that we've seen it, we're now cursed.
Yes.
You've got to be kidding me.
I'm lying.
See? This is why I didn't want to tell you guys.
Isabella, aren't you taking this a bit too far?
It's not a joke. Will you guys listen to me first? I saw something in the house earlier. It stood right in front of me. If I hadn't gotten away, that thing might have...
Right. And in broad daylight, Isabella. Even someone gullible would find the logic in that screwed up.
Or, if you couldn't think about it, it makes sense. No, ghosts aren't real. Spirits aren't real. It's never been proven.
There's also no way in hell that this supernatural shit is true.
But it's real! What do you think I saw?
Your mother.
A hallucination? A delusion? Didn't you say you fell down some stairs? So maybe Rebecca's right.
It happened after, when I was trying to get away. I almost got stuck in the same room with that thing.
Don't you mean it happened before you fell off the steps?
We're all in danger. I thought you were my friends. Why don't you believe me?
We are, and you know that. But this thing and that thing has got nothing to do with the other.
How do you know?
When Rose called earlier, I thought she's just exaggerating. But based on what I'm seeing right now, maybe it's better if we really postpone this for now.
Wow. Wow.
Don't bother.
Without another word, I snatched it out of Hen's hair, stuffed it back in my bag with more force than necessary. I'm tired. I got cursed, saw a ghost, probably lost a seal, got kicked out of the open house I'm supposed to be hosting. My own friends don't believe me, and all of them think I'm crazy. On top of it all, there's a dull ache at the back of my head, begging for a little attention I can't afford to give right now. Honestly, there's only so much a person can take within a single day. I just want to go home, curl up in my bed, and never think about today. Before I can take a single step away from the group,
Guys!
Zack rarely ever raises his voice, even when there's a point he wants to drive home. And hearing him take on that tone completely throws me off. Even Ash and Becca. Whatever harsh words yet to come out from the argument immediately die on our tongues.
Why don't we all calm down first? I'm sure Isabella has her reasons too. No need to be hard on her.
Thanks!
And hey, ain't this supposed to be a happy get-together?
Ah!
We haven't seen each other for months. I'd really love to know what y'all have been up to. I only ever get to talk to Bella over chat. Please.
He has a point. Ash, for all his attempts to look cool and distant, has also been looking forward to this. He even took the time to call this morning for a reminder. He never does that. Becca too. I'm pretty sure that's another reason why she's got out of bed today. Yet despite Zack's attempts to lighten things up, or Zack and Becca's acquiescing gestures, the tightness in my chest remains. I should have just kept it to myself, or at least went with the idea that it's a prank. If I did, things might have not turned out the way they had. No sour mood, no bad vibes. Careless. So careless. I'm gonna save. Oh, look at the branching tree. Go home? Skip the movie? Or what should I do? Go home or go to the movie? He has been really looking up for this, but I saved it, so if it... Ooh, I just lost relations with Rebecca. Wait, did that increase or decrease? Let me load. It increased. Ashton and Zachary were really looking up for this movie. Any other day, I'd excuse myself and go straight home. But this is something special to Zach. Something he worked so hard to bring to life. I should have known better. I might have a bad day, but being with the few people I care about far outweighs the idea of spending the rest of the day throwing a tantrum alone in my room. And what if the thing in the attic follows me home? I don't want to be left with my thoughts either. I can still see it whenever I close my eyes. And maybe, if I stay, let our heads cool down first before telling them what happened. They'll listen to me. There's nothing you can't solve with a calm head. One step at a time, Isabella. That's what Mama used to tell me. Besides, I don't have the heart to ditch Zach. A smile is back on my face when I look back at them.
If we keep arguing here, we're going to miss the first few minutes.
Alright, that's the Isabella I know.
Oh, good. I thought for sure you were going to cry.
This time, I really do send an elbow straight to his stomach. Ha! Stupid Ash. Being vertically challenged has his perks too.
What was that for?
Stop calling me a crybaby! I'm not one!
Aw, don't cry.
Stop it!
Okay, scaredy cat then.
That too! If you repeat that, I swear I'll...
Let's just go.
She's pissed off. Without another word, Becca goes inside. She doesn't even stop to wait for us when I call her after her. Ash and I exchange looks at that. The same question lightly swimming inside our minds. Did something happen at school after I left? Is she having a bad day too? I try asking her about it later, I guess.
So, you guys go catch up with her. I'll go get us the food, I promise.
But you'll miss it!
Didn't you say watching a movie without food ain't fun? And it ain't like I haven't seen it. I made it, remember? I'll be in there soon.
One friendly tap on my shoulders and then he goes. And he's gone. A few moviegoers are still smiling about. Some are still waiting in line for tickets, but otherwise most of the crowd are already inside. There's nothing much for us to do here now. Not a word of protest comes from me when Ash gestures for the two of us to go inside.
And then?
Are you sure it wasn't one of the cleaning crews?
Absolutely sure.
Somehow, halfway through the movie, the conversation steered towards what happened in the mansion. To be fair, Zack was the one who brought it up again. In his own movie's premiere! Now the film just serving as background noise while we are speaking in hushed tones, careful not to disturb anyone inside the small hall. Well, except for Ash. I just hope we don't end up arguing about it again. We'll all get that kicked out for sure. Though with how loud Ash's voice is, we'll probably get thrown out anyway before any argument happens. Only Becca still remains engrossed in the movie, completely ignoring us. She's been quiet the whole evening, speaking only when referred to. If I didn't know any better, I think we did something that offended her. Did we?
And then I ran. You heard what happened after.
I still think it's something else.
It was standing right in front of me, Ash.
He is one of the smartest people I know. But geez, he could learn to listen. Plus, didn't he say he doesn't believe in these things? Why is he in this conversation again?
I heard what you said, but it's a small room. There are a lot of things someone else could have done there without your knowledge. If I could see it up close, maybe I can...
I am not going back there.
Ain't that a problem if you're hosting an open house?
Now that's a great argument.
Rose does the first floor tour.
I ain't sure ghosts can be restricted to one room, Bella.
There are no ghosts, Zach. Stop putting useless ideas in her head.
Don't talk that loud.
Yeah, but I was thinking, maybe all the house needs is a blessing. Wasn't it left uninhabited for years?
Oh, the house did change hands over the years, from one distant relative of the Ermengardes to another. None of them bothered to live in it though, and it remained the way until its current owners decided to sell it. Why didn't I think of that?
I didn't peg you as the religious type, Zach.
Nothing like that, Ash. Who knows, though? It might bring something positive to the place.
That's not a bad idea. I just don't know where I could find someone.
You're not seriously considering his suggestion, are you?
Shut up, Ash.
Do you have a better idea?
I know where. I can contact him for you if you want.
You do that?
Or we can find you a psychologist instead.
Oh, fuck off, Zach. Ash. Shit. This is one of those.
Ash, that is not a very appropriate thing to say right now.
No, wait, that's not what I meant. Ethnographer. I meant ethnographer. This guy's a psychologist too, of course, if you...
Ashton, if you don't stop...
Rebecca knows the guy I'm talking about too. She can vouch for him.
Becca tears her eyes away from the screen at the mention of her name.
Huh? What? Oh, are you talking about Professor Andrew? He used to work with my parents at the university. Can you guys keep it down?
Sorry, the scaredy cat here mentioned curses.
Hey!
Not that I'm saying this is one,
Zach mentioned it up!
but talking to him is a better solution for me than getting a random priest to bless an old house. He'll even help you figure things out, teach you a couple things, and probably put your fears to rest since...
Ash might be right too. However, what Zach suggested is something I'm more familiar with. Granted, they don't believe me. They're only giving me these suggestions to put my mind at ease. But it's better than being ignored or being laughed at. I can take comfort in knowing they are willing to hear me out.
So, what do you think?
It's your call. We'll go with whatever you want.
I don't know.
Go with the religious roots or go with a professor who can actually check facts. I'm going with the professor.
I'll think about it. But if ever, I'd like to give talking to Andrew a try. Is that okay? Won't he have other things to do?
He is a bit busy, but he'll make time for me. He's my go-to person when I'm stuck in something. He won't mind if I bring a friend with me this time.
If you're sure.
I guess that settles it then.
Guys, I said keep it down. You keep insisting that we still watch it. You're not even paying attention yourselves.
Jeez, Rebecca, just shut the fuck up and watch the fucking movie, you piece of shit. What? This game already had its 18 plus words in it.
It ain't a big deal, Rebecca. I'm the one who broached the subject in the first place.
It's still your film, Zachary. A good film, mind you. You worked hard on this. The least we could do is watch it with you.
And that's what you're all doing. I really appreciate all of you making time for this.
Sorry, Becca. We'll stop now.
I throw her an apologetic look, even if Ash is the only one she should be reprimanding. But the tension's already back on the screen. She's ignoring us. Again. When Becca's acting this way, there's a big chance something's nagging at her. We really need to talk. We all fall into a comfortable silence after, the kind only you can share with people you're most at ease with. For the first time today, the letter lays forgotten in my bag, if only for a few hours. Okay, I got something new in a journal. Luxborn Independent Film and Theatre Festival celebrated its 9th year discovering new creative talents in the film industry. Included in a few showcased this year was Zachary Steele's A Blue Johns, Dark Times of the Black British, Isabella Santos, Ashton Frey and Rebecca Gale also seen amongst the crowd for its premiere. Okay. Shit. Night has fallen by the time we exit the movie house. Despite the late hours, the streets are still bustling full of people. Those about to head home. Those set to meet someone. Even those simply wandering about. Walking in this sea of unfamiliar souls, it strikes me how easy it is for one to get lost in a city as nondescript as Luxembourg. I was afraid too, at one point back when I was new and had just set foot in this place. Now, with familiar faces walking with me, it feels a little like home. Zack and Ash bid us goodbye shortly before Becca and I crossed the other side of the street. The former claiming he's got a few freelance jobs to take care of before the day ends. And Ash? Who knows, he never tells. Sometimes he'll just randomly appear at your doorstep, looking for a place to crash. He does that to Zack a lot, much to the latter frustrations. But he's a busy guy too, in spite of the laid-back air he gives off.
Thanks for today, everyone!
No problem, Zach. I'm sorry for what happened earlier.
For fuck's sakes, don't apologize.
Huh?
Great. What do you need help with? Girl, take medicine. You're really on a case of asthma. A sensation. Cold, sickening, drowning. My chest tightens. Breathing becomes labored. I can taste the blood in my mouth. The edges of my vision blurs. In the distance, amidst the countless, nameless people going about their lives, a voice reaches out to me. Pleading, even as I clench my eyes tight and grasp my hands over my ears. Whispering, and whispering, and whispering. Calling out. Ah, great is the girl, isn't it?
No, not me.
I don't think I need to. Somebody.
Isabella? Earth to Isabella?
At her voice, the whole world suddenly snaps into place. The murmurs. Gone. When I open my eyes, Becca raises an eyebrow at me in question.
Weren't you listening? Are you coming with me?
Oh, yeah. Just... okay. Sorry, I spaced out.
You always do that.
I follow her without complaint, but not before sneaking a glance to the far end of the street, where the voice came from, where another set of eyes might be staring at me. Nothing. There are only Zack and Ash watching over us as we head back to where Becca parked the car. If I'm expecting to see something or someone there, I try not to let it show. Try not to think of the tiny pinpricks of fear crawling at the pit of my stomach.
See you guys some other time.
Yo!
Yeah, see ya!
Another glance, and with a final wave, we go off on our own ways. I don't know what I saw. I don't know what I heard. I don't want to know. And if this is what would help me sleep tonight, I would give back that normalcy in my life, then so be it. Ah. Oh no! The darkness closes around me, grasping, pulling, engulfing me. The ground caves in, and without warning, I'm falling. Oh, it was just a dream. Okay. So this is our room, huh? Like no effort has been put in to striping off the calendar. My eyes snap open. For an instant, it doesn't immediately register where I am. Both my back and shoulders ache after I've fallen asleep all hunched up the night before. Drenched in sweat, the nest of pillows I often keep around me feels more suffocating than comforting. I let my eyes adjust to the bright morning light, streaming through my window, and allowing my breathing to slow down before untangling myself from the pile. I haven't had a single dream since coming to Luxburn, or at least none I can recall having. It's a shame because they used to be so vivid. Not the crazy vivid, but the more pleasant kind I'll tell my siblings about. Maybe it's just the stress of living alone. You could start by eating more healthy food instead of just noodles all the time. The knowledge that I'll always wake up in an empty apartment with no one to tell stories to.
What time is it?
Habit forces me to look over at the clock, even with the soreness weighing heavily on my shoulders and the compulsion to never leave my bed for the day. In a heartbeat, I'm up.
Oh man, of all the times to oversleep. Towel? Where's my towel?
Admittedly, it's a weekend, as an unspoken rule that entitles me to extra hours of sleep. But if Rose didn't kill me yesterday, she sure as hell will now. And right after what happened? Oh lord, one box of donuts as peace offering won't be enough for the second time around. Great. Grabbing my towel, I'm already a few short steps away from the bathroom when a muffled ringing breaks out from my bag. There's a moment of indecision at first. My mind conflicted whether I should just ignore or answer it. But what if it's Rose? Or worse, oh boss. Jeez. In the end, the rational part of my brain wins out. The letter from yesterday peeks out when I pull the device out. Just the sight of it is enough to put me in a foul mood, and it takes every force of will for me to ignore it in favor of answering the call. Oh, the call ID reads a mom
Huh?
Huh? It's around 4:45 p.m. in the Philippines right now. Philippines?
That's an unusual time for them to call.
Usually it's around noontime here and I'm the one calling. Not the other way around. Better for them to use their money on something else than an international call. Regardless, in the most cheerful tone I can gather.
Hello?
Hello? Grace? How are you?
Mama! I'm doing okay. How are you guys over there?
We're good. EJ won a storytelling contest at school the other week. Brought home a medal. I thought you should know.
There's a tired lilt in her voice as she speaks. It's been there since Papa had to leave his job. I wish there's something I could do for her. But from miles away like this, the least I'm able to do is to not make her worry. If only my older brother would actually lend her a hand, but Lord knows if that'll ever happen. Odds are Kuya Jordan's already out drinking right now. Again. I can't count on my older sister either, knowing she has a family of her own and, well, Aunt's financial situation isn't exactly great right now, having ran herself knee deep in debt.
Great! That's great! Tell him congratulations from me. And let him know I'm gonna send him a little something extra this Christmas. How about Nico? Karen? Michael? I hope they're okay?
They're doing well. They wanted to talk to you, but they're all busy with school.
Oh no, that's fine. I don't want to bother them. Just tell them to keep doing their best for me. I'll just call back when I know they're not busy. And Papa? How's Papa doing?
It's a subject I'm a bit hesitant to approach. From the way my mother's voice hitches, she doesn't want to bring it up either.
Grace, Papa's... He's having a little difficulty right now. Weak appetite, he's having trouble swallowing, and lost a few pounds. But the doctor said we should keep encouraging him. It just means his body's accepting his new treatment well.
Shouldn't that be the other way around? Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break here. So, I will be back in 5 minutes. Toilet break, do some other things, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you for waiting. We are going to continue the letter.
The money you sent last time helped a lot to pay for it, by the way.
Oh, I see. That's good.
I won't deny that life has gotten tougher for our family. It used to be easy back when Papa was in good shape. Papa, American Frenchman. Oh, you have seen my Papa? No, I've not seen you, Papa. But ever since he was diagnosed with a sickness 5 years ago, he had been unable to provide for us. Now the burden of feeding 8 mouths and settling Papa's bills all rest on my shoulders. Although Mama makes a little, accepting sewing and laundry jobs in our neighborhood, it's scarcely enough to cover the cost of day-to-day living, let alone a bloating hospital bills. We couldn't even expect help from our government because the health insurance there barely covers anything.
I'm sure he'll get better soon. Is he well enough to talk? Do you think I'll be able to speak to him, Ma?
I start to think that the call could cut until...
Listen, Grace.
Oh god, I thought it was the Grush girl.
Maybe it's better if we transfer Papa to a different hospital. Somewhere cheaper?
What? Why? Did something happen? Is it the deposit issue again? Give me the hospital's number. I'll talk to them.
No, it's nothing bad. The service here is good. Too good. Even the doctors. But I'm worried you're working yourself to the ground because of it.
Mama, we've been through this before. I want the best for Papa. And don't worry about the bills or the medicine, or me for that matter. I can handle myself. Everything's going well here. In fact, we're about to close a large sale.
Hopefully. If not, then I'll find another way. She doesn't need to know about that. Sorry, Mama. You taught me not to lie. Yet, look what I'm doing.
I'll have money to send over soon to cover the rest of Papa's treatment. And there's more than enough for Karen, Nico, Michael, and EJ's school tuition, too.
Thank you so much, dear. I appreciate it. We all do. But I just wish you'd come home to us soon.
Ah. Kayden K. Ubi. When are you coming home? E.G., the youngest, used to be the only person asking me that. How do you respond to a question you don't have a definite answer to? 5 years later, and I still can't give them a straight one. A smile, though Mama can see it. I fight to keep my lips from quivering, my voice from shaking. She's got enough on her plate as it is. No need to weigh it down with unnecessary concerns.
Promise me you'll be there to welcome me when I do, okay?
Of course. I'm sorry, Grace. I need to take this for a while.
There's a small commotion on the other end. A sound of gates opening. The voice of a child, E.G., talking excitedly about his day at school. The tapping of feet on the floorboards as he runs. It's been years since I went home, but I can still picture the whole scene in my mind. How tall is he now? Are the neighborhood kids bullying? Now that I'm not around, did Mama rearrange the furniture in the living room again? What are they having for dinner today? I miss them. I miss them so much.
It's okay, Ma. I need to go too. I've got work today. I'll call again soon, alright?
On a Saturday? Oh, never mind. Take care of yourself, dear. I love you.
I love you. Bye.
Cool. Let me just finish this piece of bread real quick. Okay, I'm back. It ends with a soft click, leaving half-truths and empty promises hanging in the air. What's this? Controls. Closing my eyes for a moment, I take a deep breath and shake away the thoughts beginning to swim inside my head. It's pointless to mull over these things right now.
Okay, Isabella. Time to get that mansion sold.
Unfortunately, before I can take a single step away from my phone, it rings again. No doubt Mama forgot to say something.
Mama? Did you forget anything?
Excuse you? I'm too young to be your mom. Are you still sleeping? Hold on, never mind that. Get yourself in the office. Hurry!
Office? What about the open house? Oh no. Is it Sir John? Did he hear about yesterday? Am I in trouble? Oh god, oh god, oh god! I'm gonna get yelled at, aren't I? What do? I'll buy you an extra box of donuts if...
No, it's nothing like that. Will you calm down? Get yourself here, alright? I'll tell you everything then.
There's a telltale din of several feet shuffling against the wooden flooring and indistinct yelling in the background before Rose cuts the connection. That isn't in any way comforting, but it's enough reason for me to hastily discard my phone and finish my shower in record time. Well, that's the logo of the company that made the game. Ha! Or distributed, I don't know. I make it to our office within 20 minutes of leaving my apartment, completely disheveled and out of breath. A feat, if I take into account my usual travel time. Routine claimer, common to Briar Reality Corporation's Luxpoint office greets me as soon as my foot crosses the threshold. Paper rushes, telephones ringing, and sporadic intervals, agents talking at varying volumes, staff moving about, and...
Where the hell is C? Where are my employees?
Oh no.
What the actual fuck, guys? Of all the times to disappear without notice.
My boss's words turn muffled as someone else closes the door to his office, letting the work of our HR manager. Throughout the past week, he's been in a bad mood for over a few employees who have failed to report to work. I hear they're still trying to get a hold of them, but to no avail. The result is, half their workload have been shifted to all available staff, so as to not lose clients. Not that I mind the extra work, if anything, it means I have more to send to my family back home. Although the rumors of a branch closure circulating because of this is indeed a bit worrisome. My back barely touches the top of my table when Rose pulls me aside.
Here, I need you to help me with these papers. If you could also get these signed and photocopied before lunch today, that would be great.
One after another, she thrust a bunch of paperwork in my hand without explanation. A page flutters away from the top of the pile, and I lean toward to pick it, my eyes scanning the top of the page as I straighten. A purchase and a sale agreement. Rose simply gestures her thumb in the direction of a zip of a visitor lounge, and I tilt my head in to question. There, seated on the sofa, and looking completely out of place, in the humble decorated room is the same couple from the day before. The Wrights. Something bubbles up in my throat. The presence in the office can only mean one thing.
They're buying it? We got a deal?
She sweats at my hand, tucking her sleeve, although her eyes are alight with something akin to joy. She wants this sale to happen as much as I do, and now that it's here, the deal needs to be closed, yet documents need to be signed still. But the elation is still here. Along with a forbidden feeling I can't quite pinpoint.
I had to do a little damage control, but they're already interested in acquiring the property, even before they attended the open house. I mean, isn't it obvious? They already hired an interior designer. I've never seen a buyer as aggressive as Madame Wright. She didn't even try to negotiate a lower rate.
One at a time, Rose. I can't process everything you're saying at once. What do you mean?
They're paying 15% higher than the listing price, as long as we get the paperwork done as soon as possible. I think if we allow it, they'll be paying up front, too.
Even with that urban legend? Oh, I was so sure we lost the sale after yesterday.
Don't look so surprised. We still have to conduct some last few checks before we completely hand it over to them.
Please. I'll happily do the paperwork duty, Rose. I'll even go to the land registry myself and make sure the property changes hands with every single legal blessing.
Don't they have better things to spend money on? I haggle it down to the lowest possible price if I were in that place, especially with the stories attached to it. They're just stories. Stop being a crybaby. Not that my opinion matters one bit here. We're just their agents who are going to receive their hefty commission after all. Nothing more. Rose gives me a pat on the shoulders, signaling that she's heading back to them, and an unspoken instruction for me to follow after I'm done. It doesn't take me long to finish what work she has left me. In fact, having our boss sign the agreement is the easiest, since it has put him in a better mood, to the entire office relief. Ma'am Hannah calls me over to the moment she noticed my presence at the lounge door. Isabella received an unexpected call from her family back in the Philippines. An emotional moment. Her mother informed her of her father's deteriorating condition despite treatment. Nonetheless, the young woman assured her and continued to work hard to be able to support all of them. Okay. She welcomes me with a bright smile. Her movement, more open than what one would typically expect from a passing client to have.
Oh, Isabel! How are you feeling? You looked awfully dreadful yesterday.
I'm fine, thanks.
Isabella, I'm fine now, ma'am. I appreciate your concern.
I really don't understand why they can't get my name right. It's a fairly common name. It shouldn't be too hard to remember. Regardless, I hand them the copy of their agreement.
Wonderful. Your team works unbelievably fast.
Ma'am Hannah skims through each of them with a scrutinizing eye, checking every page for any inconsistencies or errors. Despite the unassuming impression she gives off, she appears fully aware of what to look for and the process contracts like these undergoes. It is surprising, to be quite honest. I haven't patched her for someone who is well versed in these things. Yet, here she is. She knows. She shows some of it to her husband, and he responds with the same passive interest as if he's more than happy to leave everything to her. I can't tell if it's purely because he believes she's capable enough, doesn't care about what they are buying, or he simply finds the paperwork tedious. Apparently satisfied with what we've seen, Ma'am Hannah claps her hands together before extending it to us for a shake. Rose and I released a breath in the beer holding. Both of us more than happy to return the gesture.
That settles it then? Are you really sure about this property, ma'am?
Ah, come on, Isabella!
I could easily find you a bigger one among our current listings. Something with a modern touch?
Something not haunted, perhaps? Rose shoots me a warning glance that clearly says, don't make a scene. We're almost there.
Of course, why wouldn't I be? The house is absolutely perfect, isn't it, darling?
A helipad would still be a nice addition.
Yes, well, we'll get there eventually, love.
Really? Can I move in with you?
As I was saying, if your partner had the documents yesterday, we would have bought it right there immediately. Shame she didn't have it. Well, there's still a few necessary documents we need you to sign after, but we'll let you know once we have those finalized. We'll be handling the process for the rest, so don't worry about it, ma'am.
Within a week, I hope. We still have a housewarming party to plan after all. You know how much thought should be put into those things.
There are servants for that, darling.
Love, wouldn't it be better if we handled it ourselves? A personal touch of sorts.
Okay, I took the top route, common route. Oh, this is a common route. So people most likely just choose this route instead of this to make Zack and Ash happy. Like this. Common route. Oh! I see. It branches off to the route. And then we took this path automatically instead of going top. If we went with this option here, I think it would have been here and the story would have been different. She might have been dead already, I don't know.
It is our housewarming party and our new home.
No more than a week, ma'am. Barring unexpected delay, of course. You can leave it to us.
Excellent.
Well then, I'll leave you two to it. It's been a pleasure doing business with you. Oh, and before we forget...
She discreetly folds something in our booth in her hands and rings. Finger raises to her lips, demanding a silence.
I know both of you worked hard on getting us this beautiful mansion. Did I mention we reward our people generously?
But this is... Ma'am, I can't accept this.
What? What?
Don't you worry, darling. It's a small thing coming from us.
You could probably buy an entire house with that money. I don't know how much that is.
Consider this your bonus for a job well done.
She smiles sweetly, like this isn't simply the most normal thing to do in the world.
Oh, before I forget, my lovely interior designer would appreciate it if you hand her a copy of the floor plan as soon as possible. She's dying to work on the house. You can do that, yes? Here's her contact.
Certainly, ma'am. We'll have it processed as soon as possible.
I knew I could count on you, lovelies. I hope to see you two soon so we can get this closed.
Just like that. Transaction over and done with. My mind's still reeling after they've left. Other agents would kill to have clients like them. A part of me feels lucky about the fact. No lengthy negotiations, no sudden change of minds, just talk. Signatures, a few handshakes here and there, and we're done. The other part, a second ago, we sold a haunted property to two innocent clients. Sure, the commission's big enough to continue funding my father's treatment and hospitalization, big enough to pay for all four of my younger siblings' schooling. Heck, it'll keep me away from instant noodles diet for months. I don't have to go back to the mansion as well once the kiosk be closed, much to my sanity relief. But knowing that something's in here, and we gave it to a good couple despite that, oh, Isabella, the things you do to sell a house and get money, Papa won't be happy about that. At least I have good news to tell next time I call home. The little lie I told Mama this morning isn't a lie anymore.
Well, there's something. So how does it feel?
How does what feel?
Your first big multi-million-pound sale, silly. I know you've been with us for years, but this has got to be memorable for you.
Yeah! After I nearly got raped. Memorable is an understatement, Rose. Yeah, exactly.
Come on, show some enthusiasm. They gave us a bonus, too. Aside from the commission and the other bonus boss promised. What are you gonna do with it?
I don't know. Send it home, probably?
All of it?
Not everything, of course. Most of it. I'll leave some for my living expenses.
Listen here, Isabella. I'll teach you something I should have told you before we ended your training.
She slings an arm over my shoulder and leans in close to my ear, as though she's about to share a big secret.
It's okay to celebrate from time to time.
I don't get it.
It's simple. Go out, do something for yourself. Throw a party and treat your friends to free food. Didn't you say the last one's some sort of tradition back at home for you? Hello, this is practically a done deal.
Isn't throwing a party a bit excessive?
Your call. I won't say no to an invitation, by the way, in case you really are planning to throw one. A few drinks would be nice too, thank you very much.
I don't think my apartment's big enough for that.
You could always move? Bloody hell, you're working in real estate.
I think I'll pass. That's too much of an unnecessary expense for me. But I did promise Becca free lunch in case the sale goes well.
You go do that. Hold on a sec.
She quickly removes herself from me to answer her phone on the desk. Her tone shifts from playful to professional in the span of a few seconds.
Today? Not a problem, ma'am. I could bring you a copy of the contract if...
Must be another client. Nothing surprising there. She's one of the BSC's top agents, no matter how modest she appears. A saleswoman though, and though. I, on the other hand, have very little knack for it. Of course I'd learn eventually. I had to. But someone else will, without a doubt, do a better job. Once though, in a drunken stupor, Rose told me a story of what I could have seen. Years ago, wide-eyed, young and brimming with yet to be fulfilled dreams and ambitions, she was the term or two away from a nursing degree. Out of courtesy, I never pressed on the matter further, but perhaps it's where the sense of fondness started. A small connection due to one similar experience in our respected lives. Of course, we both let pass us by because of the circumstances we're in.
I'd be happy to discuss this over tea, ma'am. All right, I'll be there. Thank you.
New client?
Reassigned. Have you heard from Mark at all?
Not since the first visit to the mansion. Why? No news from the HR yet?
None at all. Boss thinks he ran away. I doubt it, though. He's too much of a wimp for that. There must be another reason. Who knows? Anyway, I've got to meet this one. I'll see you later.
Yo! She throws a wave over her shoulder as she rushes out of the office. The lunchtime bell sounds shortly after, followed by the chatter of fellow agents who are also heading out for a much needed break. Ordinarily, there's no need for me to go out, but oversleeping didn't allow me the luxury of packing my own lunch today, if one considers taking an instant noodle cup from my pantry's packing your lunch. Time to make good on promises I made to Becca, I suppose. Maybe invite Zack and Ash too. And that's why I'm gonna end it here. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. It's a bit short, 30 minutes short, but honestly, I want to leave the good stuff out for next week. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.